All right, the next section of the video, I'm going to talk about Khan Academy. This is something that we've worked on in class. I've sent out videos, but we're still having some people having issues. So I want to walk through what it looks like and what I see on my end in terms of what you're doing at home so that everybody has understanding what's going on. This is something that I will use to space out when we're doing annotations, for example. I want to give you 2 or 3 days to work on annotations, something else in the middle. We did it once last week, and we did it once again this week. We won't do quite that much going forward. I'll mix in with some other things like some grammar activities and that kind of thing, but it is something we'll come back to repeatedly throughout the whole year. So I want to make sure everybody knows what to do and how to get onto it. If for some reason you have not done your Khan Academy, you've got twice now where I've asked you to do 20 minutes worth of Khan Academy work. You need to get on there and get that done if you want any points at all for that. Let me show you what Khan Academy looks like and what you should do. Now, there'll be a link on Google Classroom for this, or you can just search for Khan Academy. Now, just as we said in class, here so you see what the screen looks like. This is what your screen is going to look like when you log into Khan Academy. As we said in class, you need to log in using the Continue with Google option. Some of you are trying to put email and password in, it's not letting you. I don't know why that is, why it won't let you, but that's how their end is set up. And I cannot change passwords. I can't do so. If you get to a point where you've changed a password or something, there's nothing I can do on my end to do it. You will have to contact Khan Academy to get it changed. Same thing with College Board. We ran into that the first week that we did this. But for most of you, it seems like at this point almost everyone has been able to get in and do it. You need to click Continue with Google. I'm going to select the student account first so you can see what yours looks like. So I selected my Continue with Google and selected my account, and that brings me to this page. If for some reason right here it says WS in your number, you need to click on the link right here and change your WS number to your name. You need to add your name to that bio so your name pops up. Most of you have done that by now. There's still a few that haven't. Once you're on this screen, either click here where it says SAT or right here where it says SAT. This is what your screen will look like then. Hopefully you've been able to sign in College Board. If at this point you haven't, just focus on doing the diagnostic tests. Don't worry about it. But for all of you, if you've logged in, it's going to give you current skill levels right here. We need to be working on reading and writing skill levels when I assign you Khan Academy for this class. Okay, that brings this screen up. You can see it's going to say, mine says your diagnostics. Your screen will say this if you have not linked to a previous PSAT test. If you have, it's going to say your recommendations. At this point, I don't care. Whatever you have up here, either say your recommendations or your diagnostics right here. That's what you need to be working on for 20 minutes when I assign Khan Academy. It's right here on this screen. Now up here, you can choose math or reading and writing. Again, I want you choosing reading and writing. So again, the main screen of Khan Academy looks like this. You're going to click on SAT. And you're going to go to current skill levels, reading and writing, and work on whatever's here, either diagnostics or recommendations. And that's what I expect you to be working on when I assign Khan Academy. This is a really good feedback. It tells you what you got right or wrong. It gives you SAT style questions. And the basic skills of this building are those reading comprehension, nonfiction reading comprehension skills, which are important across the board. So it's something that is going to benefit you on the SAT, but it's going to benefit you in general in terms of what we're doing. So this is something that I will come back to, not once a week, but every few weeks we'll come to this and do this for 20 minutes because it's really a beneficial skill, and it's not something you guys are going to do on your own. You're not going to go home and practice for the SAT by yourself. This way I'm able to give you a grade for it. Now, speaking of giving you grades, let me show you what I see when I log in for my end. Okay, so when I log in and click Continue with Google, and I select my account, my teacher account, my screen looks a little different. If I pull up one of my classes, I can then see whoever's working, how much time, how many minutes they've practiced, how many questions they've answered, so on and so forth. Okay, this is what I'm seeing whenever we log in. This is for the honors class. They haven't done quite as much as we've only jumped into it one time, so they haven't been back and haven't done much in the last week. You guys your class should have done it twice and answered several different questions and been at least 20 minutes at a time. I can see all that here, who has done what, and get an overview of that every time I pull it up. That's what I'm looking at to give you a grade. So some of you got 5 out of 20 on your last. It's because you were in Khan Academy for 5 minutes. I'm asking for 20 minutes. If you were in there for 5 minutes, you got 5 out of 20. Now, by the same token, if you just get on and just leave it up for 20 minutes, but you don't answer a single question, you're also not going to get any points for that. I can see how many questions you've answered. I can see what questions you've answered, how quickly you answered them, and how long you were logged on. I can see all of that from my end. A few of you have yet to accept the sharing option, where it'll come up and it'll say if for the sharing request. If you have not accepted the sharing request, when it pops up and the blue button says, "Do you want to share with Adam Kershaw?" The answer is yes. Otherwise, you won't be able to get your points. You have to share the stuff with me so that I can actually see it and give you the points. I think that covers everything for Khan Academy, what it looks like, what I'm seeing, what you're seeing. If you have questions, please send me an email. Part of the problem is many of you guys are waiting until this stuff that, at 10 o'clock before this stuff is due. At that point, I can't help you. I give you this stuff ahead of time and give you usually 2 days, sometimes 3 days to work on this stuff for this reason, so that you can get on the day that it's due and work on it. If you have problems, there's 2 days for you to contact me. If you wait until 11 o'clock before it's due and do it all on your own, there's not much I can do to help. So please get on when we have an assignment like this. Make sure you get on the day that it's assigned and get your 20 minutes logged so that you can move forward. And if there are problems, you can call and talk to me or email and